Newzroom Africa's Katleho Sekhotho is at the launch of this festive season road safety campaign at the Tsakani Stadium in Brakpan on the East Rand, and she joins us now. Good afternoon, Katleho. It looks like there's a huge focus of this campaign on the impact of alcohol on the behavior of road users. So how is the Transport Department going to ensure we don't see another spike in fatalities this festive season?
Certainly, Clement, the message by the Transport Department today being very stern, and Minister Chikunga saying there, one life lost is one too many. And before she spoke, actually, Premier Panyaza Lesufi also spoke, saying they're working towards having a policy which says if you're behind the wheel, there should be zero alcohol detected on you. And so that's the government message here today. And obviously government really trying to caution people to be vigilant, awake and aware during this festive season, so that we don't have some of those really tragic numbers in terms of deaths and victims come January following the festive season. And, part of the initiative today is also about remembering the victims of road traffic or road accidents and the impact that it has, not just on the victims or the lives lost, but the families who have to endure the pain afterwards. But I have with me Zweli, who was a victim of a road accident, actually a survivor in 2008. Zweli, thank you for your time. Just tell me, how did that accident in 2008 affect your life?
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your viewers. And thank you for describing me as a survivor and not a victim. Ironically, at the scene of the accident, it was on my way home from my bachelor party, where we had been having dinner with my best men. And I'd gone to the studio where I worked to check my script. On my way to a red light, all I remember was seeing headlights where there should not have been. The next thing I knew, I was being attended to by paramedics, and then nothing, just pure blankness. What I experienced was an eternal instant, and I know that people will think of me as a crazy person, but that's what it felt like, because I was subsequently in a coma for the better part of a month. When I woke up from the coma, it was ironically on my mother's birthday. After I came out of the coma, I had to go through 3 months of rehabilitation, and then I also had to be taught how to learn how to read and write again, how to walk again, and many other things that it's too long to go into. But also, I was infected with a lethal flesh-eating bacteria, which, if the hospital people had not caught in time, would have given me only 3 months to live before it was lights out for me. But also at the scene of the incident, before I went into a coma, the paramedics defibrillated me approximately 5 or 6 times, after which you are usually expected to call the scene, as your chances of survival have tended towards 0. But luckily for me, my father was on the scene, and he said, "No, please keep going. My son is not dying here."
Zweli, I mean, the message today that we heard from the Transport Department, year on year, we had the same message about encouraging people to be cautious on the roads. Do you think this message this year will be effective?
I hope that it will, because the rules of the road are not called that for no reason. It's not the suggestions of the road, it's the rules of the road. And people should obey the law, because they are not suggestions.
Really, considering your journey, a difficult journey it's been, what is your message to motorists this festive season and going forward into the future?
Well, going forward, despite everything that I've been through, I believe I was put in this situation that I'm in for a reason, to try and help fellow road users and hopefully encourage them to use the road a lot more safely. Because it's not just for ourselves that we are driving carefully, but for other people, for other road users.
indeed, you heard it there from Zwele to Mazinko, who is a road accident survivor, really having a difficult time since the tragic accident in 2008, but really recovering from it, standing tall here today, but really sending a message to motorists to keep safe on the roads, because the consequences of accidents and carelessness on the roads is a dire one and can have lifelong consequences for many.
Katleho Sekhotho, thanks for that update live to us from the East Rand.